Hey, what's up all? Wyatt Hertz here, back with some more Homefront action from the OnLive game service. Now this time, we're playing some Crossroads, and look at this weapon. We don't see much of this up here on the channel. It is the XM10 rifle, you know. I'd come into this gaming session, I thought, well, I haven't really been trying much with the XM10 lately. I figure I'll give it one more shot here, try and get some footage for it. And so I whipped this kit together. And I thought, since it's similar, you know, in some ways to the M4, I thought maybe full stability would really keep the buzzsaw qualities that this weapon has, would keep that recoil that creates in check. And you know what? I felt pretty comfortable wielding this. I have a pretty good run with it. Still not my favorite gun by any means, but I did like it. I was enjoying it. Don't like how fast the clips deplete, though, without the tac reload in there. But for you guys that don't know what I mean by full stability, the infantry abilities were straight from the hip and steady aim. And that's topped off with a red dot sight and a little swamp cam on here. Now, this is my decent run with the gun. I take it all the way to about the 3-star, only to get put down in the back by a shotgunner, who MN-MZ or something like that. Men-Miz. I don't know. Don't have a clue, but he was using the shotgun every round during this session, and I wasn't pleased because there was a couple of guys playing like that. It's not so bad when 1 or 2 guys are doing it, but when you know, when 6 or 7 or 8 guys are all carrying shotguns, it gets a little, I don't know, it gets a little old. Here he is, right here. He does get some good teabags on me when he finally puts me down. He was obviously infuriated by the fact that I was putting him down with the XM10, and you should be. You should be infuriated when you're carrying the shotgun and you're getting put down by pure skill. Pure skill with the XM10. Yes, that's right, I said it. So, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad gun. I don't, it is effective across all 3 ranges if you can keep it all under control. But like I said, I don't like not having the tac reload in there, but you almost have to sacrifice the tac reload for the full stability. You know, you really do with this weapon. So it's it's firing pretty stably, but the clips, they're just depleting really, really fast. I don't know how well it showcases or I display that in this video in particular, but there were a few matches during this game session where I was just running out of ammo so quickly. And if you're not really hitting your mark with this weapon, you're going to spend a lot of time reloading it, and without the tac reload, you know, that time spent reloading can certainly turn into deaths, you know, pretty quickly for yourself. So I'm making a lot of noise over here. I got C4s rolling out for tanks that have already been destroyed. I got grenades going that aren't going to reach their location. You know, Tony, he was such a he was just so wily in behind there. He just kept getting out of my fire just in the nick of time. But there it was, MN-MZ, Min-Miz, putting me down with a little shotgun fire to the back and getting his celebratory teabags in, because obviously, as I said, he was a little enraged by what was going down. And I do come in here in the Bird, the Scout. My standard, it's veteran for anybody that doesn't know. I'm flying it right now with steady aim. Yeah, so I got steady aim on my Bird here. No, I have a, what is it I have on there? I do have coated, and amazingly I get put down with the EMP airburst or grenade launcher there. Get put down with that. It was just good timing. Whoever shot it might have been Tobster. It might have been Crypto. I don't know, because he did have the you know, the proximity launcher up on his shoulder already, so I'm not sure if it was actually him. Might have been one of those 2 guys. But just caught me at the right moment as I was coming in on a descent, and managed to bottom me out, despite the fact that I do have coated on there, and that EMP effect was about to wear off. You know? So coming back in, I did have enough. I had accumulated enough BP during that XM10 run to come in the new Bird right away, and I did make quick work of that mound where the where my first Bird was scrapped. You know, I made sure nobody survived to tell the tale. I took them all out of there, and some great action going on down on the ground. If you've been noticing, you know, this was a real intense battle. I think you know, with summer rolling in and all the younger fellas getting out, you know, don't have school to worry about in the mornings and whatnot. I think the later night games or the nighttime games when this was played, you know, there's a lot more younger guys that just push the action real hard, you know. So the battles in these later night games have been really becoming intense, you know. That's just how I see it. I could be wrong, of course. But as the battle winds down, I'm forced to, run for cover. I might as well just kept flying and heading home, because it was thank you, sir. Thank you, Machine, watching there from the sidelines, saying good game to me. A pretty close round for the most part. It was much closer when I first came in the bird. We were only about winning by a handful of kills. We did manage to pull away a little bit there in the end. A 25-3 for me, so a solid round, solid performance with both the XM10 and the Scout. A few deaths in there, but nothing bad. Let's run down some more names and some more numbers. And actually, I'm going to extra out of the video. I usually throw up a little thumbnail I created for the Homefront stuff. But I'm going to exit the video with my heli settings. Because I've had a few guys asking me, really wanting to see how I set up the sensitivities on some of my settings there. So I'm going to get that up. I should have done this a long time ago, but I'm going to finally get it up just for you, Jaws. You more than others in particular, because you've been asking a few times in the comments as well. So I'm going to make sure I get that up here this round. But let's get into some other numbers here. Brown Hamster there with a 16-5 behind you. Finally, sir, there you go. You're in one of the rounds. I don't know how much I saw of you. I was kind of ranting about the gun and about the shotgun and about the EMP and about this and about that. I didn't get to much action calling. And when I did get to it, it was usually after the fact. Anyway, behind you in there, 12-5, been wanting to be in a video. He's been in a few, but not in a while. Jessica Love, 11-5. Red, Roses, what's up, son? 7-2. What's up, Pisser? Reaper there, 7-5. Come on, man. Get it together. I love giving you a hard time, Reaper. Because you should be doing better than that shit. And that's really about all on this side. Some good some good numbers for the most part though. Super Sniper 20-8, Crypto 12-8, Felix 8-5. These are all on the other side here. Mentioned Shout Loud there, 7-5. Got me with that nice knife early on. In behind the camper, I think, is where it took place. And Tony right in there. I can barely read that. It looks like a 7. Is that a 0? No. 7-8, maybe 7-6. Could be 7-0. I don't know. No, I don't think it's a 7-0. Definitely 7-8 or 7-6. But you know what? He was eluding my fire beautifully there when he was up on that side. I just couldn't get to him, unfortunately for me. And I guess I should mention Min. Oh, it's Min Miz. I've been calling him Min Miz. Eminem's. Mention Eminem's there with his. I'm not a big fan of the shotgun play, but I think that's what, a 6-6, 6-5. Mention him. I may not appreciate the shotgun play, but I can appreciate a good teabag, and a teabag delivered with enthusiasm. That was the gold standard of teabags that he dished out there, so good on him. And that's really about it, worth mentioning over there. So, guys, here come the heli settings. You can pause the video if they're not up there long enough. I'll give you a little time. And really, that's about it. So, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do leave a like or a comment, Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Always helping to spread the word of this channel is a good thing. And is much appreciated by me. And there will be you know what? I've been talking about this for a while. I do have a new PC I'm going to get in here this month at some point, and we're going to start getting into some newer titles, in the coming months and into the fall when kind of all the big titles start to release. There are titles I want to get up here. So hopefully you guys, this will be your, for you guys that like to watch the walkthroughs or the the gameplays or the let's plays or the playthroughs on YouTube, every now and then. Maybe you'll make this channel your home for that in the coming months when I start getting to some of these bigger titles as they launch, like a lot of other YouTubers do. So I hope you guys, at least some of you guys, I'm sure will look forward to that. I know a lot of you guys just come on over here for the Homefront, and that's all good. Everybody likes, this is community involvement. This is what I like to do. I mean, I do like to do it. I do have a lot of Homefront up here. It's, it's starting to get, it's getting hard to keep some of them fresh, at least my own matches. But it's nice. I know a lot of you guys like to see yourselves in the vids and everything, and do come over to check that out. So the Homefront will continue, but those are the plans for the future. I do want to get into some other shooters as well, and some other games, some other story games, and do some walkthroughs. So, like I said, hopefully you guys will look forward to some of that. And I should wrap this up. So until next time, remember why it hurts. Don't ever forget them. Later.